Hey there, it's Dr. Jim. My topic today, leadership lessons from the world of sports. While I've never been an athlete, I've always appreciated the talent and the skill that goes into becoming a great one. I was also fascinated by the time it took an athlete to build his or her skill, the commitment and the dedication. I was always more interested in what made these people natural leaders among their teammates, as well as in their lives, more than the athlete him or herself. Let's look at what leaders today can learn from some of the greatest athletes, in my opinion, in history. Not everyone is cut out to be an athlete or a leader because of the enormous commitment to hard work, the dedication, and the practice that it takes. Vince Lombardi once said, leaders aren't born, they are made. And they are made just like anything else, through hard work. And that's the price we'll have to pay to achieve that goal or any goal. Are you a leader who is willing to do the hard work needed to succeed? It's a known fact that most people are not willing to work any harder than their manager or their supervisor, and that's why teamwork and leading by example are so important as leaders. John Wooden once said, make sure the team members know that they are working with you, not for you. That's a good one. Do you roll up your sleeves and work side by side with your employees, or do you give them orders from the sideline? That's a question you need to ask yourself, honestly. No sane leader tries to motivate his or her team by being a downer, a negative person, or a demotivator. Instead, great leaders check their energy and they make sure they're projecting positive emotions and statements. Don Shula said, my responsibility is leadership, and the minute I get negative, that is going to have an influence on my team. So he got it. What kind of energy do you send out to your employees and to the company as a whole? There is much truth in this old saying, practice makes perfect. And while no one is perfect, talents and skills can be greatly improved. Leadership requires daily practice and awareness of areas that need to be improved. Chuck Noll, past coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, said, you can't make a great play unless you do it first in practice. So my question to you is, what do you practice every day to become a greater leader? No leaders without errors. And those who never try something different or new in their leadership skills risk becoming stale and ineffective. Sometimes nothing is gained without taking smart risks. If it fails, try again. Making no mistakes might mean that very little is being done. Wayne Gretzky is known for saying something that I have always liked and always remembered. 100% of shots not taken don't go in. Do you play it safe, or do you try new ways of being a leader? In order to become a great leader, many would argue that you need to see yourself as one. Great leaders have high expectations. They don't rest on their laurels. They expand their possibilities. Michael Jordan said, you have to expect things of yourself before you can do them. What kinds of expectations do you hold for yourself? My final thoughts. There are far too many great athletes that had something to say about leadership, and it seems like the two do go together naturally, leadership and being an athlete. Steve Young tells us to compete against ourselves to become better leaders. Magic Johnson said to give to your teammates, not to yourself. Muhammad Ali, one of my favorites, back in the day, knew that faith and confidence were his most valuable leadership characteristics. Terry Bradshaw, another Pittsburgh Steeler, felt that confidence was the main ingredient for successful leaders, and Willie Mays, historical athlete, leaned on dedication to his sport to become a great sports leader in history. So, what kind of leader are you? Do you lead by example? Do you create positive energy? Do you take smart risks? And do you expect more of yourself? Think about those questions. I'm Dr. Jim. I hope you enjoyed my discussion.